Thanks very much. That's very kind of you. People quite often ask me the same kind of list of questions after I've performed. So I just thought I'd start by telling you the answers. So people often say to me, wow, that's amazing. How did you find out, when did you find out you could do that? As if I kind of just woke up one day, did some sort of slightly painful sneeze, and discovered that I turned into superstar beatbox man. Which is obviously not true. There's several stages you have to go through, and I got my first drum kit when I was 8 years old, and ever since I've been obsessed with music. All I ever wanted to do was play my drums on Top of the Pops. But the problem was, Top of the Pops was on at 7 o'clock, and I wasn't allowed to practice after 6, because the neighbours would come play. So it's kind of how I invented this way of practicing my rhythms, just in case I got that phone call from the BBC. And that's kind of where it all came from. But yeah, it's a real obsession with music, an obsession with rhythm, and most importantly, an obsession with showing off. My mother says she has video footage of me aged 3 years old, belly dancing at my grandmother's party. So I feel I should explain a bit more about So in order to do that, I need to introduce you to some very important people. They're not here right now, but I'll introduce you to them anyway. Right here on my left is my nana. Her real name's Julie. She's about this tall, and she has a very high-pitched voice. It sounds a bit like this. Hello, darling, how are you? Yeah, she's foreign. She was born in Iraq, in Baghdad, and then she moved to Israel, where my mother was born in Jerusalem, and then they all moved to London when my mum was a kid, which means my nana will speak in 3 different languages in the same sentence. She'll speak Arabic, Hebrew, and English in the same sentence, which for a 3-year-old child is quite confusing. She's a lovely woman, and she's crazy about her grandchildren. Me and my brother used to go and stay every Saturday night, and on a Sunday, my parents would pick us up, and my nana would cook a feast. I'm talking 7 or 8 dishes, when one of them would have been plenty for everyone. Lots of chicken, stuffed with rice, spices, these Arabic spices, which she won't tell you what they are. Lots of spices, lots of aubergines, delicious food. And every Sunday, she would not let me and my brother leave until she'd given both of us 36 kisses on each cheek, which was what she called her petrol, her way of getting through the week. So she was an amazing woman, and she's crazy about her grandkids, but she always has to be in the middle of everything. And you'll often hear this sound, which is some kind of Arabic celebration chant. And when you hear that, you know it's going to be a good night. So yeah, she's amazing, but a little bit of a headache, which is why it's the perfect opportunity to introduce you to, on my right, your left, my Grandpa Josh. His Hebrew name is Yeshua, and Nana just calls him Shua! He's about that tall, I guess. And he is the most calm man you will ever meet. He's the opposite of Nana entirely. He'll just sit there for hours, just clicking on his worry beads. Worry beads is kind of this Middle Eastern string of beads that you just click together, and it's supposed to alleviate your stress. So he'll just be like this for hours, just like this. Apart from I was doing that with way too much energy, he is chilled. And he comes up to you, and he says something like, "Dear, you want sesame snap?" To which your response can only be, "What?" He says, "Dear." He calls everybody dear, or darling, like even the postman. Darling, as they say. He says, "Dear, you want sesame snap?" And you're dying to know what he's saying. "Grandpa, please tell me again what he's saying." So he goes out into the garage, and he comes back with this giant box of sesame snaps. You know, the world's most disgusting snack. And he's seen about 500 sesame snaps on sale for 25p or something. Bought them for us. And Grandpa Josh, he plays this small drum, this small Arabic drum called a dumbuk. And he only plays one rhythm, but he plays it beautifully over and over again. It's kind of like this. It's like this. and play this for hours at a time, and when I was a child, I was just transfixed, mesmerised by this rhythm. I used to sit and watch it. I just want to learn how to do that like he could. And my nana, she'd throw these huge parties when I was a kid. When I was a kid, there was a really big Iraqi Jewish community living in London, and she'd invite all of them at any excuse. People would come all the way from like Golders Green, Edgware, far and wide, man. And you get there and you know something's going to happen because all the chairs are laid out around the outside of the room. And you've got to visualise the kind of nicotine-stained 70s wallpaper that should have been taken out a long time ago. Floral patterns, why? And as soon as you cross the threshold, you could smell the food. Oh my God, the food. Nana would prepare for weeks, every night, cook the food, put it in the freezer, cook the food, put it in the freezer. Ready for the big party. And then your aunties start arriving, and for some reason, you have hundreds of aunties, and every single one of them wants to squeeze your cheeks and tell you that you're the most beautiful human being that ever existed. Which after a while, you start to believe. And there's always a band, there's always a live Arabic band. I'll try and show you some of their music. Every single person in the room has to put down their drink and clap their hands, and put down their drink and clap their hands. And one by one she goes around the room, she grabs you by the hand, and she pulls you to your feet, and then she dance. And there's me, 3 years old, surrounded by aunties. And there's the belly dancer, like professional dancer, all the way from Egypt or something, and she wants to dance with me. And all my aunties are going, dance, darling, dance, darling. Now who would... So yeah, that's kind of where the showing off bit comes from. But yeah, they're no longer with us, my nana and grandpa, but if they were, I think they'd definitely be proud of me. Thank you. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little performance. My name is Shlomo. I hope you enjoyed it, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you very much. Take care.